Hi, I'm Nur Maizurah, Bachelor student from the Department of Quantity Surveying, University in Sarawak. My research title is The Insight of Property Development Overhang in Sarawak based on a case study in the southern region. Generally, the term property development can be defined in many ways by referring to previous research as shown on top of the slide here. The development of housing property can be seen as the most crucial development activity occurring in Malaysia. The positive housing transition in Sarawak, particularly in the southern region, proves how the development of housing properties contributes to the growth of Sarawak's overall economy given the positive improvements in the state's housing sector. While offering housing development to a community, numerous aspects including preferences of the dwelling end users in the housing concept must be fully considered by the property suppliers. Based on previous research, factors which can influence the demand behavior among the property end users can be summarized into 7 items as listed on the slide here. However, an excessive growth in the development of housing property may create several wastages due to unsold property units, which is known as property overhang. From the data gathered here, it's clear that Sarawak's housing sector has suffered overhang issue in the recent years. Therefore, this research aims to study property and users' demand behavior and to investigate factors that lead to property overhang from the supplier's perspective. This study used a mixed research methodology comprising a quantitative approach through questionnaires and conducting interviews. Meanwhile, frequency table via IBM SPSS statistics and narrative analysis are used for data analysis purposes. Based on the questionnaire, 46 individuals make up the majority of households, and terrace homes are the most popular type of housing among the respondents. Firstly, based on individuals' demographic background factor, household income is the most critical element to be considered by the respondents before owning a house. Secondly, the element of ease and efficiency of accessibility is the most critical measure based on the property location factor. Thirdly, safety and security level being the most vital element based on residential neighborhood factor. Then reasonable property price based on the housing financial availability factor. Next, connectivity and accessibility factor with the most important criterion of property access to the main roads. After that, the element of parking space at the property area is the leading concern based on provision of facilities, amenities, and public services factor. And finally, based on design and technology factor, technological connection is the dominant property feature. Now we're moving on to the discussion of findings based on the interviews. 4 different individuals from different expertise were interviewed to obtain data regarding the issue of property overhang in the housing sector of the southern region of Sarawak. Factors that may lead to the issue of property overhang in the housing sector are unattractive location, improper study of demand and supply, high property selling price, the effects of national affairs, supply-demand mismatch, the rising of global issues, and the development plan that solely based on ad hoc basis. Next, according to 2 of the interviewees, Kota Samarahan area in the southern region of Sarawak has the highest concentration of overhang housing units. Lastly, it can be concluded that both the government and the private sectors are equally responsible for tackling the issue of property overhang in the housing sector by carrying out their roles accordingly. In conclusion, it's best that owners or renters understand current property characteristics offered by the property suppliers, and property developers should carry out a comprehensive feasibility study to create a harmonious demand-supply property relationship in the hope to put an end to the overhang housing problem. Here is the reference list. And this is a summary for this research. If you have any query, these are our contact info. That's all for me. Thank you.